So hello everyone. So in this video what we will be learning is how to use a file drop automation in order to trigger our email uh, on file drop, right? So let's get started. Okay, in order to use file drop, right, we need to first create our FTP location, and for that we will go to our FTP account. We will have to create a FTP account. So let's create a FTP account. Okay, so our so I have given my use password and all. Okay, so I'm giving full access and I am clicking on next and I'm choosing password option. You can choose other options, but for this case I will choose password options and click on save. So once this is done, let me reload the page. So once I reload the page, I can see that the FTP has been created, right? So I'm copying this and let's try logging in our FTP account just to make sure it's working. Having the username, the password, and port 22. And I was able to log in, right? So now let's go to our import folder, and now in our automation, let's create an automation. Let's give it a name. Let's say my automation. Okay, and let's give a file drop activity, and here we have to choose import folder, right? So let's create uh, okay, so I can choose a folder here, right? So let's do that. So let me create a folder here. Right click and create directory. Let's say this is uh, send my or send offline email. Okay, so that is a folder which we are creating. So we have that folder here right now, send offline email. So let's copy that, and we need to come to file locations, and let's create a file location. So we will be giving relative location under FTP site and paste this, and we will remove this one. Okay, so import slash and then our location. Let's give it a name, let's say of uh, first FTP. Okay, our name we have given, and let's click on save. So we have our file location created. Now we should be able to see our folder over here. See, in under automation. So send offline email. I click on done. So this is the folder. We can use file name pattern, right? For better solution, we it's better that we use this. uh, if it's like only file in this, then it's fine. But here, let's say there are other files also in this location, right? In that case, use file name pattern will help, right? So let's give a name, like our file name will be uh, first, or let's say we give it test.csv. That's the file we will be using, right? So here, whenever a file is dropped which has name test.csv, automatically it should trigger this automation. Okay, so now, since this is done, let's create our file. So let's create a file. uh, let's create a file, and let's give it a name test dot. Okay, I have to open it first. 1 minute. Here, let me create a new file, and let me close that one. Okay. Uh, okay, so I'm creating a file, right? So here I'm giving like it will have name, email, and let's say phone number. Okay, or we can give anything, but here I'm giving this. So name, let's say this, email. So name I have given, email I am giving now, and phone number I am giving a random number for now. Okay, and I'm saving this file as test, and I'm exporting this, downloading this as CSV. Okay, I have the file. Let me change the name. So I'm renaming it as test. So I have test.csv. So let me just check quickly. The file name is test, and it's a CSV file. Okay, so that's the file. And now, before doing that, right, what we want to do, we want to put it in a data extension. So here I am creating a data extension. Okay, or maybe I will use this data extension which I previously created, and Or okay, let me create one more. So let me create a data extension my d2. That's the data extension we will use. Is sendable, is testable, and let's click on next. Data retention we will not put. So here we have name, we have email, and we have phone. So this will be of type email address, this will be of type phone number, this will be the primary key. So primary key, send relationship. So this will map to subscriber key. Okay, send relationship, email relates to subscriber key. So we are done here. So at present our data extension has no records. So now we will have an import activity. So let's create an import activity. My import activity. Let's click on next. Okay, let me save and reload the page. So my automation and import activity, here I will give my import and I will click on next. So here we will be importing, right? So import, so file naming pattern should be test.csv. That's the file naming pattern, and we will import it. File location will be our first FTP. So we have created first, if you remember, right, we have created first FTP here. So this is the path which will be used here. So there are others, but we are choosing here this. Okay, now it is a comma delimited. There can be tab, but no, our is comma delimited, and we will click on next. Okay, so import file, and it will store where, right, destination. So our destination is my d2. So click on next. So now we can have map by header, so email, or we can map manually, right? If we map manually, we have to choose that file. This is the file. Now email relates to email, name relates to name, and phone relates to phone. So that's the mapping. So let's click on next. So it will add an update. Okay, you can also do overwrite. Let's do that for now. So overwrite, next, and finish. So we have our import activity created, right? So after this import happens, we want to send our email, right? So we will create a email send activity. So email send, and we will send the same email which we sent earlier, right? So we have an email already created, so we won't create another email. Now what we will do, we will use that email only. So let's create an email activity. So this is the email which we will send, right? So let's click this and click on next. Now we have to give a name. So my email send, let's say, that's the user initiated email name, and we have to select sender classification, right? So we are using this my send classification, my sender profile, my delivery profile, which we created in the last video. And here, right, we will select the data extension. So here we will select our second one. All subscriber will be for subscription management, We'll click on next, and we will select get the most. Okay, no, not required. Okay, so here these are fine, so we'll just click on next, and see our target has 0 now, but we will add automatically, it will get added when we so we'll just check this information is correct, and we'll click on finish. So we are done with the email send activity. Now only thing is we need to activate this. So we have activated our automation, right? So let's try it out. So let's drop the file. Okay, so let me see. I have to go to, okay, 1 minute. Let me see here, right? It's under download. So that's the path. So here I give this path, and here I should see the file. Where is the file? So here is our file. So we will take it and we will drop it here. So our file is dropped over here. So that should mean our automation should start. And we should have data. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I have made a few changes. So now it's working. So here, right? Initially, I was giving like .csv, but don't give that. Just give dots. Just give the file name. Okay, if you are using a use file name pattern. Okay, contains. Then just give the file name which it might have, the file might have something else also, right? Like abc, but if it contains this, right, it will this automation will get triggered. Okay, so give my file, and then just click on done. Okay, so I have given the name as my file in the instead of test. Okay, so I have changed the import also. So here, like I renamed the file as my file instead of test. Rest remains same. Here I have given my file, which is the file name .csv. Here you give csv. Okay, so because this has to be exact match, so file naming pattern .csv, and then you click on next and save this. Okay, and activate it. Okay, so now let's like this I have tested 2 times, so that's why you are seeing. But then let's run it. So here, right, so let me just take this and put it in this file location, which is our location. So once the file is dropped, right, automatically our automation should get triggered. So see here, our automation has got triggered. And after that we should get one email. So here if you see, it's not yet come because we haven't run the second activity. So it's running now. So the data should be here in the data extension. So as you can see, our data has entered our data extension, and we should receive the email in some time. Okay, so let's see if we have received the email. And yes, if you can see here, we have received our email. So this is our email. Okay, so that's it for file drop. Now we can also try one more thing, which is uh, let's say we want to give date, right, in the file naming pattern. So we can give here like this. Let's say it will have my file. Okay, it will have my file, which should trigger this automation. Here we can give our today's date, so that it will import the file which is of today's date. Okay, so insert date variable, right? So let's say here we want to insert day, then month. Okay, so day, then dash, and then we can give month, right? So let's give month. So let me cut it from here and put it here, and year, right? So let me cut that and put it here. So now our file should have the date, month and year, right? uh, and that should trigger this. So now let's activate that. Let's clear this again, and let's rename this file as dash today's date, month and year. That's the file. So let me remove this one. So now if I drop this file over here, that too should trigger this automation. So let's see. And yes, our automation got triggered. So our data should have entered, and yes, our data has entered the data extension again, and we should receive the email. So I think it has ran. So, and we have received the email again. So this is the email. Okay, so that's it. Hope you like this video. So thank you for watching. So this is file drop use automation which we created to import and send email after the file has been dropped. So if someone, let's say, drops a file on, let's say, Monday, okay, so automatically let's say someone drops the file, right, from some other system. uh, the moment it's dropped, it will get imported and it will trigger the email. So it's fully automated. So that's it. Hope you like the video. So thanks for watching.